Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala Rasulihil Kareem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. My dear respected brothers and elders, Hazrat Maulana Ilyas Sahib Rahmatullah alayhi, whom Allah chose to revive this work of dawah. He had a lot of fikr, he had a lot of concern, he had a lot of, hurt in his heart. How deen can be general and how deen can be taken and given in a common manner, and how the common people can get deen. You see? Because what he saw, that dawat is not there, khuruj is not there, ilm, it is gone inside the four walls of the madrasa, and tazkiyah and islah in the homes of big mashaykhs as khankas. So the common people are deprived of the deen. How they will get this thing? So he made a lot of mujahida, a lot of effort, a lot of crying in the night. Then Allah opened this work to him. And he went to Mufti Kifayatullah Sahib Rahmatullah alayhi, who was the big Mufti of the time. And he told him, Mufti Sahib, I want to do these things. There will be halqa of ta'lim, there will be majlis of iman, there will be tashkeel, people will go in the path of Allah. So Mufti Sahib said, this is a good work, but who's going to do it? Who will leave their families? Who will leave their jobs? So Maulana Ilyas Sahib Rahmatullah alayhi, he did not reply to him. He went straight to Mewat. Now Mewat is about 30-40 miles from Delhi, and it's a village area. And the people there, very simple people, and away from the deen. You see? But he made effort on them, and after a lot of effort, he made a jamaat of 15-20 people and sent them to the masjid of Mufti Sahib. In the morning when Mufti Sahib saw these people from the village, big turban, big bags and things, he said, who are these people? So they said, Maulana Ilyas has sent them. A lot of you understand Urdu. First he said, Karega kaun? Who's going to do this work? But when he saw the Jamaat, he said, Ab kahega kaun? Now who is going to say what? He has proven that Jamaats can come out. So from that day, Jamaat started moving. And the first Jamaats, Maulana Ilyas Sahib Rahmatullah alayhi, he sent them to big mashayikh area, big madrasas, Thana Bhavan, Kango, Kandhala, Saharanpur. And he gave hidayat to the Jamaat that look, you are going to the ulama, they are going to catch you and say, you people don't know anything, why you have come to us? So you tell them, yes, we don't know anything, but we have done one thing. He says, what? We have left our home, we have left our families only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. only for the deen. So when people would, the ulama, when they would hear this, they would acknowledge, yes, this sunnat was dead. Maulana Ilyas has revived it. So as long as there is harakah, my dear brothers, as long as there is movement, as long as there is khuruj fi sabilillah, the deen will develop and it will shine. When the first Jamaats came out, Maulana Ilyas said, "Oh Mewatis, you are seeing your footsteps here, and I am seeing your footsteps on England and on America." So from the beginning he had this alami fikr for the whole world. When the Jamaats went to Saudi Arabia, first Jamaat, people of Saudi said, "Why you come to us? You are Hindi people. We have Kaaba, we have Rawza of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. You go back to Hind. You don't need to come to us." But the Jamaats kept on going and kept on reminding them, kept on going. Then they realized, oh, these people are reminding us of the work of our forefathers which we have forgotten. Then they started coming to India, to Pakistan, to Bangladesh. And you teach us the work which we have forgotten. When the first Jamaat went to England and America, they found people are making Salat, Jummah namaz on Sundays. So what are you doing? Why are you making Jummah namaz on Sunday? So because we don't have any holiday on Friday, so Sunday is holiday, we decided to do Jummah on Sunday. So the Jamaat sat with them, explained to them, took them out for 3 days, 10 days, sent people to India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. Alhamdulillah, now there are so many masjids. And in each masjid we see 2, 3, 4 times they are having Jummah namaz. And not only that, the masjid, the churches are being sold and they are making them into masjids. This is the barakah of this work of da'wah. So my dear respected brothers, Maulana Ilyas Sahib Rahmatullah Alayhi, he, after a lot of research, he saw that the Sahaba, mainly they had these 6 qualities. And these are the 6 qualities which we discuss in our Taaleem, which we discuss in our Bayan. But this is not about memorizing the 6 points or trying to make nice Bayan on 6 points. These 6 qualities are something which we have to think about and bring into our lives. See? The point of muzakara of 6 points is so that it becomes something very important to us, that we are always involved in trying to acquire these qualities. Sahaba, mashallah, they had strong iman, their ibadat was nice, and they had zikr of Allah, you see, and their akhlaq was good, their behavior, their conduct, you see. So these qualities are not just to be discussed. These qualities are to be brought into our lives. Now, how we will bring these qualities into it? The Sahaba Rizwanullah Ajmain, before Islam, their lives were like barbarians. Huh? Fighting, stealing, killing, you name it, and they used to do that wrong thing. Huh? And Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was sent to them. Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was from the Quraysh, and he made efforts on them. And those who became Muslim, Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam involved them in Amal-e-Dawat. He involved them in Amal-e-Dawat. What are the Amal-e-Dawat? Dawat, Talim, Zikr, Ibadat, Khidmat, Mashwara. So for 13 years in Makkatul Mukarramah, Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was making efforts on these amals. The Sahaba were also making efforts in these. The Sahabiyats were also making efforts in these amals. There was no masjid. It was very difficult to do anything in the Baitullah. They would be pushed, they would be ridiculed, they would be threatened, they would be beaten. Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu was beaten, Abu Dharr Ghifari was beaten, radiyallahu anhuma. Sumayya radiyallahu anhu became shaheed. So they used to do the work from their homes. Huh? They used to be involved in dawat, they used to be involved in iman and majlis of iman. They were involved in talim and ta'allum. There was talim going on in the home of the sister of Umar radiyallahu anhu when he came there. And he beat his sister and he beat his brother-in-law. And his sister said, "You do whatever you like, we have become Muslim." In one riwayah, Umar radiyallahu anhu says that I beat my sister Fatima so much that she fell unconscious. And I was so tired I fell asleep. And when I woke up, I saw my sister Fatima. She was making salat and she was crying. He said, this softened my heart. And I said, take me to Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And there I became Muslim. So he came across Talim, he came across Dawat. His sister said, you do whatever you want, we are Muslim. And he came upon the ibadat of his sister. These amal have hidayat within them. They carry hidayat with them. That's why it's also called amali hidayat or amali nubuwat. See? The people who will be involved in these amals, they will get hidayat. And the people who will come across these amals, they will also get hidayat. So for 13 years, in spite of, the opposition from the Quraysh, the Sahaba were firm in these amal. And Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to encourage them. And he used to sit with them in the house of Arqam bin Arqam radiyallahu anhu. And he used to teach them the new ayats of the Quran. And he used to listen to their karguzari. And he used to give them, encouragement and to bear patiently whatever was coming upon them. He used to go by the family of Ali Yasir, the family of Yasir. They used to be tortured and beaten. And he used to say, oh, Ali Yasir, have sabr. In exchange of sabr, Allah will give you Jannah. See? So the Sahaba and the Sahabiyat, They went through a lot of sacrifices. And along with this, they were doing dawat, they were doing talim, they were doing zikr and ibadah. What was the result of this? The result was that few years ago, those people who were barbarians, after being involved in these amals for 12, 13 years, they acquired qualities. You see? They acquired quality of iman. They acquired quality of amal. They acquired akhlaq. They acquired ikhlas. There was no khuruj in Makkah. When they came to Medina, the khuruj started. Khuruj fi sabilillah. The first test of their iman came that they have to go to Badr. They didn't have horses, they didn't have armor. Still they went. Because their iman. People asked Sahaba, they never smiled and they never laughed. I said, yes, they did. But in their hearts, their iman was as firm as mountains. So because of being involved in amal-e-dawah, they had strong iman. You see? And when they confronted the enemy, Rasul ﷺ was saying, oh my Sahaba, give me mashwara. What is your opinion? What should we do? The Muhajir was saying, Ya Rasulullah, we are with you and we'll go anywhere you go. But Rasul ﷺ kept on asking, oh my Sahaba, tell me what is your opinion. So the Ansar realized that we are being asked. Because the pact with the people of Medina was that if people attacked them in Medina, they would defend them. They would be with them. But this was outside Medina. Badr is outside Medina. So they said, Ya Rasulullah, the Ansar, now we have known you, now we have lived with you, now we have seen you. If you tell us to jump from the mountains, we are ready to jump from the mountains. And if you are ready, tell us to go into the sea, we will go into the sea. We will be with you wherever you are. So what happened? They got the help of Allah. Because they relied on Allah. They didn't rely on their saman. They didn't rely on their weapons. They didn't rely on their numbers. They relied on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down the angels to help the Sahaba. And 70 mushriks were killed. And 70 of them were made prisoners. You see? What was the next test? Next test was that wine is prohibited. Now wine was something which Sahaba loved. The Arab loved. And your status in society depended on how old the wine is in your cellar. The older the wine, the more you have status. But when the command was announced, they broke their barrels, they broke their glasses, they broke their bottles, they threw out whatever wine they had in their homes. And the drains of Medina was flooded with wine. Then the announcement was made that parda is farz on the ladies. From the next day, not one lady was found without being covered. How they could do this? Because 13 years they made efforts. on Iman, on Amal. Today, our Iman is weak, our Amal is weak, our Akhlaq is weak. Why? Because we don't involve ourselves in Amal Dawat. See? If we just sit in the night and jot down how many minutes I gave Dawat today, how many minutes I sat in Talim today, huh? How much time I gave for Ibadat, how much time I gave for Zikr and Tilawat al-Quran, you'll be found that very little. You see? Elders are saying, give 2.5 hours every day for Dawat in the masjid. How many of us are doing it regularly? Very few. Why? In Hadith it says, Hubbud dunya rasatul khatiyah. The love of the world is the root of all evils. The love of the world prevents us from doing gasht properly, from going out 3 days properly, from giving our at least 40 days. Now elders are saying give 4 months. Even 40 days we are not giving properly. See? So if we don't involve ourselves in Amal Dawat, how our Iman will increase? It won't. You see? Infiradi Dawat, who's stopping us from Infiradi Dawat? Give Dawat to your friends, give Dawat to your colleagues, give Dawat to your neighbors, give Dawat to your shopkeeper. You can give Dawat to anyone. The more Dawat we will give, the more our Iman will increase. The more Dawat we will give, the more the wrong yaqeen will leave our hearts, and the correct yaqeen will come into our hearts. What is the wrong yaqeen? That our problems will be solved through money, through power, through position, through degrees. This is the wrong yaqeen. And what is the right yaqeen? No, Allah is the doer. You see? And if we give dawat, then the love of dunya will come out from our hearts. And the love of Allah and the love of Rasul will come into our hearts. But we don't give dawat to that extent. See? In Hadith it says that do the zikr of Allah to such an extent that people call you mad. Huh? Like Anbiya alayhi salam, they used to say, oh, these are mad people. Why? Because they used to give dawat from morning to evening. Layla wa nahara. So they say that these people are mad. Zikr doesn't mean only subhanallah, subhanallah, subhanallah. Calling to people is also zikr. You're mentioning Allah, you're reminding of Allah, you're remembering Allah. So if we want to acquire these qualities of 6 points, we have to be involved in Amal Dawat. Maulana Ilyas Sahib Rahmatullah alayhi, I said this is his karama. He revived Khuruj fi Sabilillah and he revived Amal Dawat. You see? And if you see the lives of the Sahaba, most of the time, either they were in the path of Allah or they were in the house of Allah. Where were they? Either in the path of Allah or in the house of Allah. Where are we? We are not in the path of Allah and we are neither in the house of Allah. House of Allah locked. It will only open Salat time. And the Masjid of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was open 24 hours. People were coming, people were going. There was namaz, there was zikr, there was Quran, there was mashwara. Huh? There was hidayat for the Jamaat. So our elders want every masjid become like the masjid of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And every Muslim home should become like the homes of the Sahaba. See? Just as there was dawat in the masjid, there was dawat in their homes. There was zikr in the masjid, there was zikr in their homes. There was talim in the masjid, there was talim in their homes. There was ibadat in the masjid, there was ibadat in their homes. So all the amals that were established in the masjid was also established in the homes. Medina was called Darul Hijrah wa Darul Sunnah. People used to make hijrah to Medina and they used to go back with Sunnah. So the men, they used to be in the masjid and the Sahaba used to make efforts on them. And if any lady came, she used to be put in the homes of the Sahaba. And the Sahabiyas made effort on them. Huh? Today our masjids are closed, we don't have to do anything. And our homes are open. But what is happening in our homes? Huh? Where is zikr? Where is tilawat? Where is namaz? Where is dawat? So we have to make a lot of effort on ourselves, on our locality, on our family, to revive this, to revive amal dawat, to revive khuruj. Sahaba were ready anytime they were called. As-salatu jamia. For salat they used to give azan. And for any taqaza they used to announce As-salatu jamia in the streets of Medina. And everybody used to leave whatever they were doing and come to the masjid. Everybody was ready to fulfill the taqaza. Nobody gave any excuse. And those who couldn't go because of lack of means, they used to go back crying that we couldn't fulfill any taqaza. So it's very important, brothers. These are the two things that the Sahaba were involved in, and we should also be involved. Either we are in khuruj fi sabilillah, or we are spending more time in the masjid. More time in the where? House of Allah. Either in the path of Allah or in the house of Allah. And the masjid, why they were made? They were made for dawah. And they were made by, the first masjids were made by Anbiya alayhi salam, who were pure people. And who were people of, nobody gave more sacrifices than the Anbiya alayhi salam. So they gave sacrifices and they were tested. For example, Ibrahim alayhi salam, Ismail alayhi salam. And then they were allowed to make the Kaaba. You see? Nobody came from the street and made the Kaaba. They were Nabis. And they were sons of Nabis. And they made the Kaaba. And then when Kaaba was made, Allah said, give azan. That means, give dawat. Call people. Ibrahim alayhi salam said, Ya Allah, nobody is here. No people. Who will listen to me? You give dawat, I will reach. So he gave dawat and Allah reached even to the alam-e-arwah. Ulama say, the people who said labbaik to the azan of Ibrahim alayhi salam, As many times as they said labbaik, that many times they will go to the Kaaba. That's why we find some people go so many times and some people don't get a chance. So this azan was such that it reached the corners of the earth and people came from the corners of the earth. You see? To be reminded of the responsibility. We gather for Jamaat, in Salat in Jamaat, we gather in Jummah, we gather in Eid, and we gather in Arafah. In Arafah you are reminded that Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told the Sahaba, those of you who are present, go to those who are absent. So the Sahaba, they went as far as they could go. And they even made their graves all over the world. Only for the deen, not for money, not for power. You see? Second masjid was Masjidul Aqsa. This was also made by Nabi Dawud alayhi salam, Sulaiman alayhi, father and son. First they gave sacrifices, then they made the masjid. And for many years this was our Qibla also, because the Kaaba was taken over by the mushrikeen. You see? Then Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam made the Masjid of Nabawi. He worked, the Sahaba worked, the Sahabiyat said, we also want to work. So Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam divided the time. In the day Sahaba will work, in the night the Sahabiyats will work. So here, Nabi and the Ummah, first they made sacrifices 13 years, then they made the masjid. And then they said for how they will call people, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent angels to a Sahabi that you give azan like this. And azan is dawat. Dawatut tamma. It's complete dawat. You see? And the Sahaba Ridwanul Ajmain from this masjid, they went to the furthest corner of the earth. They took their horses to the Atlantic. And they said, we swear by Allah, if we knew people live on the other side of this ocean, we would go there also. This was their commitment. You see? And people came from all over to Medina. So we want to learn the deen. You see? So the environment was made in the masjid, the environment was made in their homes. So people benefited. Today our masjids are locked and our homes are in, may Allah forgive us. See? Why? Because we have not made efforts on our family. We are going for 4 months and 40 days and so many things, and our wife, our daughters, they don't know even how to do the 6 points properly. See? So just as the Sahaba and the Sahabiyat were involved in the amal of dawat, talim, zikr, ibadat, khidmat, we ourselves and our wives and our children should also be involved in these amals. And we should encourage our friends, our relatives, our neighbors. And when we go in Jamaat, we go with these amals. We don't leave these amals at home. The Sahaba, they used to go with these amals. Giving dawah, doing talim. One Yusuf Sahib Rahmatullah Alayhi used to say that when the azan of tahajjud used to be made in the Masjid-e-Nabawi in the middle of the night, as if it was an announcement, those of you who are at home, come to the masjid. Those of you in the masjid, go to your homes. So that masjid is alive 24 hours. The people of dunya, they said, oh, this is a very good system. So they started factories 24 hours. They started hotels 24 hours. They started hospitals 24 hours. They started shops 24 hours. Gas stations 24 hours. Huh? So many things 24 hours. But where it started, it's closed. It started in Masjid-e-Nabawi. Masjids are closed. Who closed the masjid? Not the enemies of Islam. We did, ourselves. So now it's our responsibility to open the masjid. You see? When Sahaba, they heard that the best place in the masjid, in the world, is the masjid. The place which is loved most by Allah in this world is the masjid. And the place which Allah dislikes is the bazaar, the marketplace. So they emptied the marketplace and filled up the masjid. We also hear this hadith. But we fill the marketplace and the masjid is empty. Why? Because we have not acquired the yaqeen of the words of Allah and the words of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We have not made that much effort to acquire this yaqeen. Sahaba made efforts, they acquired the yaqeen. So they acted on what they heard from Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. See? So my dear respected brothers, we have to change our lifestyle, we have to change our attitudes. We have to redefine our priorities. It's not shop, trade and business. See? These are necessities of life. These are not the object of our life. The object of our life is to do the work of da'wah. It's to call to people to Allah. Huh? Our money, our time, our energy is for the work of deen. And when the Sahaba, they spent their time, money and energy for the deen, they got the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have lost the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because we don't give our time, money and energy for the deen. We give it for the dunya. We have to make tawbah, we have to make istighfar. Haji Abdul Wahab Sahib Rahmatullah used to say that we must make istighfar. What is istighfar? That, oh Allah, the work for which you had sent us and for the work for which you made us, we have not done that, so please forgive us. And we should make resolve, make azam, that will make the work of da'wah the object of our lives. Inshallah. How we will know that we have made it the object of our lives? When two works come before you at the same time, work of deen, work of dunya. If you do the work of deen, the dunya work suffers. If you do the work of dunya, the deen work suffers. So what do? If you give preference to akhirat, then you have made this work the object. If you give preference to the dunya, then you have not made this work. Oh gosh, I'll do later. Oh, 3 days, not this time. That means is we have not made this work the object. Sahaba Ridwanullah Ajmain, by involving themselves in Amal Dawah, they acquired these qualities which Maulana Ilyas has picked out for us: the quality of Iman, the quality of Namaz, the quality of Ilm and Zikr, the quality of Ikram al-Muslimin, the quality of Ikhlas and Niyyah, and the quality of Tabligh. See? Because our life and our wealth is not ours. We don't own it. What is it? This is amanat. It's been given to you for a short while. It's going to be taken away from you, for sure. Allah wants to see how we use it. Do we use our time, our life and our wealth according to the command of Allah and the way of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, or do we use it as we desire? Allah wants to see this. This is the test. You see? Sahaba Ridwanullah Ajmain, they also had shops and business and trade, but they kept the work of dawat as number one in their lives. They fulfilled the taqaza of dawat first, then they fulfilled the taqaza of the dunya. So inshallah all of us are ready to do that, brothers. Huh? You see, Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has given fazail of the masjid. So why Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to give fazail? So that people come to the masjid. In hadith it says, if you see people frequenting the masjid, you can give guarantee about their iman. If a person makes proper wuzu and walks towards the masjid, every step he takes, one sin is wiped out, one hasanat is written for him, and one grade is elevated in Jannah. If Allah decides for azab for a place, but He finds people are frequenting the mosque, He removes that azab. All the khair and all the barakah that comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first comes to the Baytullah. And then it is distributed to the masjids all over the world. Now if our masjids are locked, how we will get these khair and barakah? So alhamdulillah, there are people here from many parts of the world. How many brothers or how many masjids in your area or in your city or in your country that you have made it alive 24 hours? Any place? So this is the taqaza we want you to take from here. Maulana Saad Sahab Damat Barakatum, he went to Mewat. And he asked them, how many masjids are alive 24 hours in Mewat? They said, not one. He said, look, I will come next time and I want to see how many masjids you make alive 24 hours with amal. So when he went next time, he asked them, how many masjids you have made alive 24 hours? They said 100. Huh? So inshallah ta'ala, if we make resolve, azam, and we give time to the masjid, you don't have to give 24 hours. But everybody gives 2 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours. And if you have 10, 12 people, subhanAllah, you can keep your masjid alive 24 hours. Who are going to try this when they go back? May Allah give you rewards for it. Second is, just as our masjids are alive 24 hours, our home should also be alive 24 hours. With amal. Huh? Zikr, Quran, Tilawat, Dawat. Ladies come and visit your ladies. Tell your ladies to give them dawat instead of just talking about this and that. You know? You see, brothers, Sahaba were making efforts, Sahabiyats were also. Sahaba were giving sacrifices, Sahabiyats were also. So the deen spread. Today we don't involve our ladies in the work, so how deen will spread? Huh? Our ladies are also the ummah of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. They have also been given the work of dawat. Maulana Ilyas Sahib Rahmatullah used to say, अगर ये काम और तुम्हें आ जाए तो मुझे दीन के चमकने का यकीन होगा. If this work starts amongst the ladies, then I will have the yaqeen that the deen will spread all over the world. So it's our responsibility to do taaleem with 5 amals in our home, with our wives and our children. It's our responsibility to see that all the ladies of our home, they are going for the weekly taaleem. Don't leave it on them. You see? Your wife, your daughter, your sister, your mother, all the ladies of our house should attend weekly taaleem. And we should take our ladies out for 3 days every 3rd month. We go every month, our ladies go every 3rd month. When they do 3 days, they go for 10 days. When they go 10 days, they go for chilla. When they go for chilla, they go for 2 months abroad. This is the tartib of the lady. And every year is at least 10 days. Every year, at least 10 days. Chilla every 3 months, every 3 years. 3 days every 3 months. Chilla every 3 years. This is the nisab of the ladies. So, and it's our responsibility to bring them up. We took ladies Jamaat to America. Our ladies told us, oh, these women, they're crying. Why are they crying? He said, our men don't take us in the path of Allah. Now, poor ladies, they can't go alone. They need mahram. So if we involve our ladies in this work, they will help us. If we don't involve our ladies in this work, they will stop us. My friend, he said, inshallah, I will go for foreign and I will bring my passport next week. Very good. 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week. After a couple of months he arrived. I said, what happened? Where's your passport? He says, when my wife found out I'm going to go abroad, she hid my passport. She stole my passport. And the person whose wife is involved in this work and who has fikr for the deen, one day he goes home, he's very sad. He says, why are you sad? He says, I've been tashkil to America, but I only have half the money.